Hi guys, welcome to our channel Learn with Raji. Today we are going to learn about enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, that is ELISA. In this video we are going to see introduction, principle, types of ELISA, advantages, limitations and applications. Introduction. ELISA is carried out to detect and measure antibodies, hormones, peptides and proteins in the blood. Similar in principle to radioimmunoassay but depends on an enzyme rather than a radioactive label. An enzyme conjugated with an antibody reacts with a colorless substrate to generate a colored reaction product. Such substrate is known as chromogenic substrate. A number of enzymes have been employed for ELISA, including alkaline phosphatase, horseradish peroxidase, and beta galactosidase. That's why we are giving the term enzyme linked. Principle. ELISA works on the principle that specific antibodies bind the target antigen and detect the presence of antigens binding. In order to increase the sensitivity and precision of the assay, the plate must be coated with antibodies with high affinity. ELISA can provide a useful measurement of antigen-antibody concentration. Types. Generally, ELISA has three types. Indirect ELISA, antigen is coated to the microtiter well plate. Sandwich ELISA, antibody is coated on the microtiter well plate. Competitive ELISA, microtiter well plate which is antigen coated is filled with antigen antibody mixture. Indirect ELISA. In indirect ELISA, antibody can be detected quantitatively. Serum or sample containing primary antibody is added to an antigen coated microtiter well plate and allowed to react with the antigen attached to the well. After washing, the presence of antibody bound to the antigen is detected by adding an enzyme conjugated secondary antibody which binds to the primary antibody. After washing, a substrate for the enzyme is added. The amount of colored reaction product that forms is measured by specialized spectrophotometric plate readers. Indirect ELISA is a method of choice to detect the presence of serum antibodies against human immunodeficiency virus, the causative agent of AIDS. Sandwich ELISA. Sandwich ELISA. In sandwich ELISA, antigen can be detected quantitatively. In this technique, the antibody is immobilized on a microtiter well plate. A sample containing antigen is added and allowed to react with the immobilized antibody. After washing, a secondary antibody which is enzyme linked is added to react with the primary antibody. After washing, substrate is added and the colored reaction product is measured. Competitive ELISA. Competitive ELISA is used for measuring amounts of antigen. In this technique, antibody is first incubated in solution with a sample containing antigen. The antigen-antibody mixture is then added to an antigen-coated microtiter well plate. The more antigen present in the sample, the less free antibody will be available to bind the antigen-coated well. Addition of enzyme conjugated secondary antibody specific for the primary antibody can be used to determine the amount of primary antibody bound to the well as in indirect ELISA. After washing, we are adding substrate which is specific to the enzyme. Due to enzyme substrate complex, it will form the color which will be measured by using spectrophotometric readers. Advantages. Results give an accurate diagnosis of a particular disease since two antibodies, that is primary and secondary antibodies, are used. Can be carried out for complex samples as the antigen is not required to get purified to detect. It is highly responsive since direct and indirect analysis methods can be carried out. It is a rapid test, yields quick results. Possible detection of ELISA ranges from quantitative, semi-quantitative, standard curve, qualitative, etc. Applications. The presence of antibodies and antigens in a sample can be determined by ELISA. It is used in food industry to detect any food allergens presence. To determine the concentration of serum antibody in a virus test, etc. I hope you understood about ELISA technique. If you like this video, give like and kindly subscribe our channel. Thank you.